Well, when we started the company, it was basically me, 19-year-old guy, just sitting at home, living with my parents, writing code. So since then, we've now grown the team to be about 250 people across many countries. Really, some of the best software engineers across Europe, and we're shipping more products now, probably in a week, than we did in the first year, altogether. So just the progress is massive, and we're accelerating it. So ride-hailing and transportation is a very dynamic business and a very dynamic market. So we see things are changing pretty much on a real-time basis. So one of the factors that influences is pricing, for example. So when there's a big event in a city or weather changes, the demand for rides might go up drastically, and then we need to make sure we have enough drivers. So one of the areas we're investing in is demand forecasting. So we can figure out how much demand we will have, for example, today at 7 o'clock. And then we can let enough drivers know that we could actually meet that demand. So this is just one of the examples of areas we're investing in. We're making really great progress in getting closer to actually level 5 fully autonomous cars. But we need to recognize it's one of the hardest problems to be solved in the world of software over the next decade. And it's going to take a lot of time for us to get there. So I do expect there is going to be more and more pilots happening in first cities, but we can't expect this will have any major impact on how people move around at least the next 5 years. Okay. So we need to work with the tools we have today and not hope for a silver bullet too soon. Ultimately, I believe autonomous cars is a very local problem. So you will train the vehicle to be able to drive in a certain particular geographic area, and then you need to retrain them again for a different area. So likely it's going to be a gradual rollout. And one of the big factors there is, of course, infrastructure. So the more complicated is the traffic in that city, the harder it is going to be to drive there. Electric vehicles is one of the big initiatives we have for this year. So what we're doing is we're actually already having tens of thousands of electric scooters on the platform that customers can rent. We've opened up specific options in most cities so that people can specifically order an electric car if they want to. These are just some of the examples what we're doing to make sure that we transition from essentially fossil fuel-based vehicles to electric and sustainability. Well, first of all, what we're looking at is electric mopeds. So basically, how do we provide electric motorbikes that people can use? And that then depends on the local market, the local infrastructure, and many other factors. We're already sharing data with many governments around the city in order to improve how they do traffic planning and then how they, for example, decide on how to regulate the ride-hailing industry itself. So definitely this is something that is going to only grow over time.